Okay, starting again. Alright, so let's see if I can put this. No, it says keep in dock, open login, show in folder. So anyway, so this is the button, Labs OBS. You cannot see that on the camera. But if I take the camera and put it right on it, it is the button. It looks like where the mouse is circling right there. Do you see that? So we'll click on that, double click or whatever, however you open it. So then it gives you these things. It's telling you to grant permission. Microphone and webcam, we've already done that. But that's just for the microphone and the camera for what's on the computer itself. So then it's going to say connect to Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook, and all that stuff. You don't need to do that. So just click skip if that message ever pops up. And it also says here import from OBS or start fresh. You're going to click on just start fresh, and you probably won't have to do this every single time you come in. So it's already picking up the camera that you want, Blackmagic Ultra Studio Mini Recorder. So that'll be your webcam, and then your mic will be Audio Box USB 96. Let me click continue. And then you can add a theme and all that, and I felt like these themes weren't really helpful for me, but you can play with that. I just click skip for now. I think you can go to the that I don't know actually. I never used the themes. It didn't ever work the way I wanted it to. So then it comes here. So let's see, now we'll just exit out of those tutorials. Let's just tell you everything you need to know. So there's a button here on the far left hand side, and it says studio mode, and I'll tell you, you can see it here, and if you click on that, it gives you this edit and live. You can see that here, edit and live. It's not a default, so you have to click that button. Every time that you want to go there. But this is kind of the same thing that Studio 6 does. You'll have your preview screen, and then you'll have your live screen. So the thing you want to do. So the bottom left here where it says scenes, that's all the things that you're going to be able to add. So we want to first start with adding, we can click on the, oh no, we'll just keep the scene here. We can rename this scene if you want and call it like camera, or just like, or no, actually starting soon, for example. And then on your sources, which is this middle box here, you can click on the plus sign, and you can add a source: image, browser source, slideshow, window capture, audio input, video capture, etc., etc., etc. You'll always want to have your audio, so it'll be audio output capture, and so you'll click on that. You'll click on add source, you click on select option, nothing's there, so maybe that is incorrect. Maybe it was audio input. Should be able to delete that. Remove. There it is. Click OK. So I'll do it again. Add audio input capture. Click add source. You can, this right here, you can title it whatever you want to title it. If you want to title it USB 96 or whatever, it's eligible to be that way. Click on add source. There we go. Audio box USB 96. Click done, and it's there. So you have this mic. I'm going to take this mic aux out because I don't need it. Remove. We just want the audio input capture. So right now, you see how the green jumped a little bit when we had that, so we know that it's picking up.
Is that from the mics over there that it's picking
Yeah.
it up? Wow.
Or somewhere might be a mic in here, but it should be coming up from there. But it did pop up. So again, this all works just like Studio 6, but you always want to make sure you have that in there. And then you could put in you got to your video capture device. Just maybe do this. Oh, that is all the way. So video capture device, you click on that, add source. Again, video capture is fine, add source. Select option, Blackmagic Studio FaceTime Recorder, whatever. Preset, don't worry about the preset, just use what's there. And then you click done. So now you have your video is on there. And again, it's on the edit slide, as you can see there. And you'll also notice here that you should be able to notice it here, that there is a black screen. So like you see that it's already highlighted in the yellow or this green here. Do you see that middle?
Yeah.
And then you see this black right here, right?
Yep.
So you can move this. You can move this all wherever you want to move it. But what we want to do is we want it to fill the whole screen. So we'll take it from the bottom right hand corner here and just drag until we get to where we want it to. Now you can also notice here that you still got this black on the bottom when we drag it from the corner. So what I like to do is just go to the point till the whole box is filled and then just center it.
Okay.
So there, you might have to do that every time. Just make sure you just watch out for those black boxes, and make sure that the video is centered within the thing. So like if this is your center stage, that it's all centered within the deal. That make sense?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So
Happy birthday,
Hey,
Mr.
thank
Jeremy.
you.
Yeah. How you doing? Which one you want? You gonna fight?
it's all yours, whatever you want. Thank you, appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's the least I can give him right on his birthday.
I know, right?
Or I can give him a spanking.
You brought more than I was able to
Good
get.
luck. I make a reluctant victim.
Yeah. That's not happening, right?
Right.
All right. Hey, I gotta go get some gas, so don't worry about if you're
Okay.
late, just lock the door.
Okay.
Thank you for the Gatorade.
You're welcome.
So yeah, so you just want to do that and put it on there however you want, okay? Just make sure you do it that way. And then this button transition up here, you can see it. You just click transition, and now you're live,
Nice.
okay? And then you can do that here. So you can make all sorts of edits on here and never affect this unless you press this button here.
Okay.
So
it's streaming to Facebook right now?
no.
Oh, no.
I haven't done that part yet. We'll have
Oh,
to set that up in a
okay.
minute. But this is how the program itself works. So so for this starting soon area, because then you can do another one. You can add another scene. So I like to do this starting soon.
A pretty picture.
Exactly. Live live view is what we can do here. Click on live view, and you have live view. And I would just again do the same thing. Add audio input capture, add source. So every time you add something the very first time, if you add it again the second time, it's always going to duplicate what you did before, which is cool if you're doing the same thing. But if you want to add multiple text, it gets cranky. So if you want to add text, like you want to put in a thank you for watching and a starting soon, you're going to want to click this button here that says add a new source instead. You click on that, and then it does something different. It gives you you can title it something different. Since we're doing this for audio, we don't want to add a new source. We'll just click add source, and now we have the same audio that we clicked before. And since there's no video here, we can click on image and then click on add source. It says image, title it whatever you want, add source, and then you can browse. You can browse your computer for if you have pictures.
Maybe one.
If we can do that just for the sake of
I
doing it.
don't know if we.
Okay, here we go. Then we'll just do it for now. We'll just do this.
Okay.
So here we go. We got your AMO image. We'll click done. Now notice how this is really big, right?
Yeah.
So we can take the corner, small it, and just drag it. That's why it's nice to have a mouse. Drag it to be smaller, and then drag it to fit in the box. Smaller. Drag. Smaller. Just so that it fits. Because it was too small, now we can just open it up a little bit bigger. And now just fit it within that box. I would do it like right. It doesn't really matter. So there, boom. So now you have your view. So then you can click on this plus sign again, and now you want to add text. So text, it says free type 2, it doesn't really matter. So just click text, and click add source. Add source. And then now you have all this stuff. So font family. Is it frozen? Oh, I guess it just took a minute. Okay, so it did take a minute. My bad. Okay.
I do that too. She gets mad at me. Stop pressing the button. What's wrong with this thing?
Right? So choose whatever. Excuse me. Choose whatever font you want. It doesn't matter. So like your Course of a Hebrew, just do that. Font size, regular, bold. You can choose that. Whatever. Here's your font size, 9, 10, 11, 12, whatever. So, 72 is good. We can adjust that in a minute. So we say starting soon. We'll just use Google font. Let's see, hold on. Able. Does that work? There we go. I don't know why. You just play with it. You know how to work fonts, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so starting soon. ... Live on Facebook and YouTube. Are you on live on the
The website.
website yet?
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Live. I said forget YouTube. Well, you said you do YouTube, right?
Yes.
Live on Facebook and YouTube and online at www. What's your website again?
First Spanish.
Fruit Avenue.
First Spanish Fruit Avenue.com, right?
Right.
Excellent. So that's your thing. We want to center that. So we go down to this is different. This is changing the color. See, I don't want that though. See, I don't know why there's two all of a sudden here, so let's remove one of them. No, it just went all the way. Bro, what just happened here? They're both there. I don't know, that's kind of strange. If I deleted one, it went away. It doesn't usually happen. That's strange. Okay, we're just playing right now. See, this is a little different than what mine does. So usually I have a place where you can center everything. It might just be a a Mac thing maybe that didn't have a feature on it, but it's all in black. Maybe we can just put it all in white. If the picture thing doesn't work, because there usually was a way that I could add a background to this.
Well, it's showing up on the picture.
I'm sorry?
On the image in the back, it's showing up.
Yeah, and that's okay, but I wanted to have it centered, like, if you click on the center button or whatever. So you can however this works for you guys.
If Minna was thinking, she would have brought my mousy mouse from home.
So again, you can just play with that, and you can also use the arrow key. So sometimes this will lock to a grid. If it's still highlighted, you can use the arrow keys and adjust it to a certain area.
Okay.
So maybe I would choose a different picture, because obviously you really can't see that, or maybe just continue using the black screen. If you use the black screen, you can just basically take this image, hit the eyeball button, and it goes away. And now you just have your black background, and when you click on transition, it's there. So not a big deal. And then if you want to go back to to the live feed, you can just click on your starting soon, or these are a little messed up. You just have to retitle this, retitle it. So we can just title this one, rename. Live view. And we'll call this one starting soon. Yeesh. Starting soon, and then click done. So there. So now we have all that in there. So live view, and you can transition. Now you can also do the same thing under your live view, and you can click on this and click on text again. Just make sure text. Yeah. Click on text again, and this one you're going to want to click on add a new source instead, and call this like lower third. Okay. I got a couple minutes left and I gotta start a new video. So lower third, and you can just say Pastor Mike. What's the guy's name again? One of them?
Ricardo Rivera.
Ricardo. Lower third, Pastor Ricardo. Add source. And then in here you can, you set all this up beforehand. You can just say interim pastor, or just say pastor.
Or brother, hermano.
Oh, there we go.
It's all different depending on our Bible studies, sermons, and
Okay.
we got a lot of different.
So what's his name again? Ricardo?
Yeah.
Here, just for the sake of everything, just say Brother Ricardo. So we'll say Brother Ricardo. And you can see, even if you go to, it's up there in the top left. So you can do that. I always like to click drop shadow because it just gives it a little extra oomph behind it. And then you can just drag and drop to make that a little bigger, like this. And just put it there at the bottom. Here we'll go back to the live view. And so say for example you click transition, you're already in here. You take out him, you could just click transition, and then so maybe you start the service, he's talking, whoever's talking, you click on that eyeball again, you see it over here, and it's edit, and you click on transition, and then his name comes up on live, and then I would leave that on there for a minute or two, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't really matter, and then you just click the eyeball button again to make it go away, and click transition, and it goes away. And so you can just continue adding it. So you can add things like Bible verses and stuff like that.
Sermon titles.
Titles.
What you've already been doing.
Exactly. And again, all it is just hitting the button, the I button, and then, or the eyeball, and whether it's unchecked or not, and then just click transition.